All
Alex.
right. What is going on? Were you on the call, Jeremy?
Yep, I'm here.
No, were you on the TNT?
No, I was not. I had another call.
Oh man, I was bragging on you and everything. Last time I shout you out.
Hey, I need your new calendar because I got a marketing team and who does AI that wants to spread the love with Revo Rideshare.
Hey, let's do it. Hey, Shrek's on the call. What's up, Milton? Uh, can't hear you, man. You're on mute.
All right, can you hear me now?
I hear you now. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm trying to build it on the weekends, and I probably gave out 15 QR codes, at least five signed up, and then I went into the Uber and Rideshare Facebook page, and I put in there if you want to catch Revo rides, you got to go in this area, and then three people joined up on that.
Nice.
So now I've opened up a Revo Rideshare New Orleans Facebook group. Hopefully, I can get people to start coming into that.
No, and that's what you got to do. You got to create a group and really start building a personal brand like NOLA Revo. Like that's what you guys want to create. So that way you can kind of build it to your city and really kind of show people what you guys are doing on a local level. So that's
Well,
fantastic.
that's what I did on the QR code. I changed the name to Nola underscore Shrek Mobile.
Man, I love those pictures you sent me. Those were awesome. Those were awesome.
I sent you some videos too from TikTok.
Oh man, I haven't
I
had a
just
chance to
added,
check those out.
yeah, I mean, if you look up Nola Shrek Uber, just on Google, you will find on my TikToks. And then the interview that was done by barstoolsports.com about themed ride shares that they would like to see. So, I
Oh,
mean,
you
I'm
were on
excited trying
Barstools
to get people.
with
Yeah,
Portney?
I'm on Barstool. Yeah, Barstool wrote an article about my van back in 2022.
Nice, nice. That's some good notoriety then. Sweet.
Oh yeah, in the city, I'm pretty famous from, especially the two-lane students. That's where most of the riders that I'm picking up, because I got the zip codes from Lisa. So I mapped out where it's at, and it doesn't even cover the French Quarter yet, but that's another area we need to get into once we can build this up.
Yeah. But that's where you can start building your personal brand and your own clientele. Because if people love you and you have a following out there, then all those people should be booking rides with you once we have that service up where they can schedule rides. And you should be booked
Hmm.
out all through the week. You shouldn't have to just randomly go try to get it. If you have a good following like that and you have a theme to your car and stuff, that's good stuff. So
So I'm trying to
what's
build it as much as I can.
that's what you got to do, man. That's why we're on this call. So, hey, appreciate everyone joining us. I see a lot of people that came over from the TNT call. So again, if you joined and you joined from the TNT, that means you consider yourself a leader or what we call captain. So a captain again is someone that is going to help lead their city, who's going to help us open, who is going to do everything they can, bring solutions. And we want to work with those people. If we have all of the brightest minds within Revo working together, with a positive attitude and all with an end goal of disrupting the industry, we can do a lot of damage and we can make a lot of changes. But that's what I want to bring to this bring to this is just have everyone kind of work together. So if you're on here and you're considering yourself as a captain, put in the chat should be open, what city you're in, and then your contact info. So you can shoot me an email at alex@revoride.com. And then that way we can sit down one on one and then, talk about opening up your city or everything else. So, but I appreciate everyone joining. I think that's everyone that's come into the room. So cool. So normally this call was for our Vegas team. We have a lot of our Vegas people here. But this was originally for the Vegas team. I'm working with a large team out in Vegas and we're doing everything we can to open. I have a good captain squad out there. So we were doing this call every Tuesday. I'm also trying to open up Arizona. which includes Tucson. We got Ellen Mendelson down in Tucson. She's helping us open up out there. And then here in Phoenix. So then we kind of combined it. And then on Wednesdays, we do a call with Rodney Bush and his team. And then he's got a lot of people from the East Coast and his, people underneath him. So we're probably going to start combining all the calls together so we can just have one core group of captains that can help us open the city. And again, if you think that you're a captain and you're here, then I, congratulate you on at least stepping up and, trying to do everything you can to be a leader. Now we just got to prove it. If you're on here, we want to make sure that we're bringing positivity. We want to make sure that we're bringing solutions and that we talked amongst with each other. I also have a WhatsApp page, which is our WhatsApp group for captains. It's our Captains Club WhatsApp. So I'll put that in the chat as well here in a sec. Give me 1 second. All right, let me grab. All right, let me throw that in the chat. All right, so there's the WhatsApp group. If you guys can join that, that's where we're going to do more frequent updates. And if you guys have questions, again, this is a captain's club, so we all want to work together. If you have a question and I can't get back to you soon enough, or maybe you're not getting an answer for support, feel free to put it out into the thread. And then maybe some of the other people who might know can help answer that. But again, we just want to make sure that we're bringing all of the positivity. So, and then if you're opening your city and there's other people, like if you look at the chat and you see other people in your city that maybe you haven't introduced yourself yet, introduce yourselves and work together. That's what this whole thing is. It's a team sport, and we want to work together to try to open up their city. There is no stepping on toes. There is no territories. It's all team Snap, all team Revo, when we want to do everything we can to try to get as much market share as possible and start disrupting this industry. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about opening. I talked to Paul a little bit earlier today, and we're working fast and the furious. Again, if you were on our call this weekend, we did stream it live for both the blockchain, but then on Sunday, we had James, who's a developer. He went deeper into the apps and what are the features, what are the functions. He showed how they worked and everything. So a lot of the features like the scheduled rides and the calendar and some of these other things are going to help us launch more cities. Because if we do it for a scheduled ride, it gives us 30 minutes to find a driver in order to go pick up that customer. So one of the things that we ran into in the Miami area is a lot of these Uber and Lyft drivers, they've just been indoctrinated and programmed a certain way that they're not going to take smaller rides. There's certain rides just aren't worth it. And you have a brand new customer that just signed up and it's their first experience with Revo. They go and request a ride and then they can't get one. And they end up just canceling and going with Uber. And then they're probably like, well, this sucks. Why am I even have this app on my phone? We have one impression, and that's why we really have to try to set the right tone. So drivers, that's why we need fail-safe drivers. We need drivers that we can call on that no matter what, we have someone that can go pick up that customer, which is why we have a controlled rollout right now. We have certain zip codes. So if you want to open up your city, I need to know what zip codes you want to open up in. And we don't want to spread it out. Like I know some cities, they have like 91 zip codes. Like I know they sent me the zip code list from Vegas, and there's 91 zip codes all in Vegas. That's a lot of zip codes, and we don't have that many drivers, or we can't promise that we're going to get everyone picked up until we start building out our network. So in the beginning, again, we want to kind of concentrate our efforts on a specific area and territory. So for instance, in Vegas, we go all up and down the strip, and every single zip code that touches that strip, we want to have in our thing. So that way we can go pick up people. over by the airport. We're working on getting set up at the airport. So we want to be able to be at the airport. So we need drivers over there, but we don't need drivers that are, 30, 40, 50 miles away from where the action's at until we can get enough customers and riders and stuff like that to be able to start making sense. So again, scheduled rides gives us the ability to get 30 minutes to get a driver out there. So if no one will pick it up, so if I'm a customer and I set up a ride for 30 minutes out and I don't have a favorite driver, it's just going to go into a queue. And then all of the drivers that have their app on, they're going to be able to accept that ride and they're going to go pick up that customer at the scheduled time. So that's how it's going to work. And it gives us 30 minutes. So hold on. People are still trying to get in. There we go. And then as we get more drivers, as we get more customers, then we can turn on full-blown rideshare for the city, but we just need to prove that we have the drivers that are going to go and pick up all the rides. We don't ever want to have another instance where a customer can't get a ride on our platform. And there's going to be some glitches and stuff, like maybe they're just outside the zip code or whatever. If I'm a customer and I pull up my app, it's going to tell me if it's, available in my area or not. If I'm in an area or a zip code that's not turned on, it's going to say you can't get a ride here. And then you're going to have to go move to an area that is turned on. So once we open with a few different zip codes, then you want to start expanding there. You want to start then getting more customers and more drivers, but giving the drivers the ability to get favorited by customers, even on those short rides. It's encouraging our drivers to, one, give better customer service every single time, because that's an opportunity, whether it's a short, 2-3 mile ride where you only have 5 to 10 minutes with them. It's 5 to 10 minutes that you can create a memorable experience, get that customer to like you, and then favorite you. And then maybe the next time they need a longer ride, they can book one directly with you. And now you're building out your business. So that's the kind of mentality that we're trying to build. But we need to have fail-safe drivers. We need to have a list of zip codes that those drivers are going to operate in. And then we need the drivers to all be onboarded. So I do the onboarding driver calls on Fridays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that your drivers go to those calls. And then if you want to open up your city, then we need to set up a call with all of your leaders and all of your drivers for your particular city, which I'll give you guys my my Calendly link. So if you guys want to set something up, then we can just spend some time, make sure that your drivers are on board, make sure they know how they get paid, about the referral program, building their own business. And then all of the drivers should then go start inviting, if they're already driving for Lyft and Uber, every time someone gets in your car, pitch them on Revo, get them signed up, get them, have your QR code somewhere where they can scan it and go sign up with you. That just makes sense. Or go start inviting your immediate friends and family. If they know that you're a rideshare driver and that's what you do for a living, say, hey, I do rideshare. I'm sure you probably use rideshare. Here, download the app, favorite me as one of your favorite drivers. And the next time you need a ride, hit me up and schedule it with me. I'll come pick you up. I get paid. It's cheaper for you. And everyone gets reward. So that's how we want to kind of build this thing. But we have to start training our drivers and start shifting that mindset of, hey, I'm just having the app on and doing, whatever rides make sense for me, to we're trying to change an industry and we need everybody's help to do it together. We can't be cherry picking. We can't do all of this stuff. We really need to focus on making it the best customer experience, the best driver experience possible, so that way people start using us. So, all right. Let's see. We got a couple more people. Dan is entering. So if you guys have a team, I'm going to create a Google Sheet. And then on that Google Sheet, everybody, if you're opening up your city, I'm going to have tabs at the bottom of that Google Sheet where you can put your city. And that's where you're going to put your leaders. So all of the captains for that city, put in your contact information, your name, your email, your phone number. So all of the captains, they can all see the same page and you guys can start working with each other to be able to, kind of launch your city. That's also where you're going to put your fail-safe drivers. So all of your fail-safe drivers, again, we want at least 10 fail-safe drivers. put their contact information, their name and their phone numbers, and then what zip codes they're going to be driving in. And then if you can find out when they're available, because when we did the, you have your glasses on upside down, Lon? Sorry, that was bugging me. But anyways, yeah, so we just want to make sure that everybody is on the same page. All of the drivers have the app downloaded. They are ready to go. They're starting to, spread the word with everybody else. But then we also, some cities are going to have more requirements for us to operate out there. I know Vegas, they have what's called the taxi authority, which is basically a mafia of taxi drivers that make you pay the man and grease the palms and do all kinds of stuff in order to open up in the city. New York's the same way. We just found out Tucson is the same way. And, Tampa, they have some extra steps. Here in Maricopa County, where I'm at in Phoenix, one of the largest cities in the nation, we don't need anything. We can just go start doing rides. We just have to let the tax guy know locally that we're now operating so that way they can get their little piece. But we don't need to file anything with the city. We do need to file stuff with the airport. So if you want to open up your city and if you want to open up the airport, if you can do us a favor, and again, you don't have to if this is not your purview, this isn't a requirement, but hopefully someone in the area that is a captain can go and reach out to the city, go reach out to the airport and say, hey, we're part of a rideshare company that's starting to expand nationally. We're trying to come to this city. What do we need? What do we need on a county level? What do we need on a state level? What do we need on a city level? If we want to open up the airport, what do we need on an airport level? And if you can get all of the paperwork together and, in some kind of instructions, some of you guys are going to be green and it's going to be easier for you. Some of you that are blue or have ADD like myself, it's a little bit harder to focus on that kind of stuff. So, but again, it's all about delegation. But if you can create a nice, pretty package and email it to me, I can then go send that package to Paul and the lawyers and the legal team and whoever's going to help us open those cities so they can start working on it. I've had conversations with quite a few people and they're like, well, why didn't, Revo just go and, blanket register with every single city? Because we got to pay lawyers by the hour and that takes a lot of time and money. And if we don't know what cities are opening because we don't know what leaders we have out there, we don't want to just go and start, blowing money. We want to make sure we have a core group of leaders. We want to make sure that we have everyone on the same page. And then hopefully someone there locally can help us with the local, governance and everything else that we need to be able to help open. Again, that's what a captain is. A captain is someone that takes charge. They're a leader. They're a servant leader. They're going to help us grow this thing. If that's not you, that's fine. You don't have to be here and you don't have to, volunteer for that. But it just makes our lives a little bit easier and it makes it easier for us to grow. So again, if you want to open your city, we need zip codes. We need 10 fail-safe drivers. And then we need to make sure that we have everyone downloaded, ready to go as far as the driver goes. And I'm creating some training videos that's going to kind of go through all of that. But I do also do that on the Friday call. So I'm going to kind of pause and give everyone a chance to talk. And then one thing I thought would be cool is on the sheet, maybe every city that you're working in there, come up with a cool like team name. I know they have like Team DFW, we have Team BIT, and a lot of teams are having their own stuff. So if you guys want to get creative and have some fun with it, and we can have some friendly competition of who can get more riders, drivers, calls, whatever, let's go ahead and start, having some fun with it. That's the whole point of this call. We want to get everyone on the same page. We want to create some camaraderie and really get a leadership group going. These are the people that when we have the big events and we have all the award ceremonies and everything else that we do, and eventually we're going to start giving a lot of stuff away. The people that are on these captains calls are probably going to be, forefront and center for all of that stuff. So again, I'll shut up for a minute and kind of let everyone, if you have a question, if you can raise your hand digitally, I can't see everybody's picture, but if you can digitally raise your hand, we can start answering some questions. And I don't want this to run too long, but I just want to make sure that for the new people that came from TNT, we kind of set a tone of, what this call is about. So, hold on. I see some chats coming in. All right, so some people put their contact information. Good. And again, shoot me an email too. I'm gonna try to grab the chat from here, but also shoot me your information to my email, and let's make sure to set up some time. Actually, let me Jeremy Io, is that how you pronounce it? I'm just kidding. I know Jeremy. What's up, buddy? You can unmute yourself.
All right. So question is when is the anticipation for the delivery service to switch over to Revo Rides?
So we're working with James on that. James, he is an amazing developer. Unfortunately, a lot of our other partners that are working on their own projects are trying to steal him and get him to work on their projects too, which is great because he's a do-it-all kind of guy and he can build blockchain, he can build apps, he can kind of build it all and manage teams. So he is working on that. We are trying to make sure that Revo is, first and forefront able to launch, since that's what we're kind of focusing our time, and we need to get that momentum going. But in the background, he is also working on the delivery side. So hopefully very soon, I'm going to try to get a call with James here in the next within the next week, so that way we can talk. Because I ran a lot of the delivery stuff when we had the delivery open. So I did the menus. I was the solo menu team for a while, where I was the one inputting everything. If you came from the delivery side, some of the headaches with that. Lon knows my pain. But we want to kind of make it easier and stuff like that. But again, he's spreading himself thin. We want him to focus on, what's going on. So let's, I'll get a better answer once I have a chance to talk to him. And I got to see what, Paul's schedule is. We're supposed to have a call on Thursday, me and Paul, to kind of go over some of this stuff. So I'll get better answers, and then hopefully by next week I can have an update for you.
Thanks. Quick question.
Yeah, I know a lot of these people in Vegas, they're also from the delivery side. So
are they changing the name to Revo Delivers or Revo Delivery?
I don't think we're going to be changing the name, because Revo is we're revolutionizing the ride share. We've already been Snap delivered and branded everything as that. So I don't think we want to go and rebrand it. But again, Paul's Paul, and sometimes he gets a wild hair and goes with it. So we'll see.
Okay.
Richard Hudson said he asked Paul about that. He didn't respond. Yep, that's about right. Thank you, Florida, for helping us get the ground running. Yep. Did someone provide you with the zip codes for Las Vegas? Yes, Fernando, I got the zip codes from Dan, and he also drew out some areas of what those zip codes correlate to, which is very helpful. Again, the more work that you can help us with, the easier it is, to kind of move this along. So if you're a leader and you want to take charge of that kind of stuff, like Dan did, he's amazing. Definitely do that. So I think that be cautious if Lyft, Revo are a needed income. I saw someone say Uber is banning drivers promoting Revo. Good strategy though to build for sure. Yes, of course. I mean, you always have that chance that you're going to get, tattled on by whoever you're talking to. But again, everyone should be hitting up everyone they know. 99% of the people that own a smartphone have some kind of rideshare app in their phone, whether it's Lyft and Uber, whether they use it all the time or whether they just used it that one time they went out of town to New Mexico and they needed a ride from the airport, but they still have it downloaded. People have it. So just talk to everyone. Be like, hey, do you use Lyft and Uber, or do you use rideshare at all? They're going to say, yes, I do, or hardly ever, or I drive for them. And whatever the answer is, be like, hey, there's a new rideshare company called Revo Rides. I'm part of it. I'm helping with the launch. We're starting a revolution. It's better for the drivers. It's cheaper for the customers. Everyone gets an opportunity to earn just by sending out a referral code. Everything is absolutely free. Here, let me sign you up. And the next time you take a ride, you get $5 off, and then give them that Revo 5, code. So, what's the progress so far on licensing? So I sent everything over to Paul, and then he got it all over to the lawyers. But we sent quite a few different cities. I think we have 4 different cities we need the lawyers or our legal team to go start filling out stuff. So they're working on it. I know I talked to Paul, and he said he's going to start hiring someone that's all they're going to do is just the licensing and stuff. I don't know who he has in mind or what he's got planned for that. I'm going to have a conversation with him on Thursday to get more details, but they're trying to get it moved as quickly as possible. I know we have to fill out a bunch of stuff and get it submitted on our end. And then I don't know what it's going to be on the city, state, or airport's end. It could be, hey, we submit everything by Friday and they let us know, cool, you guys are ready to go Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Or some of these people might be, put us in the back burner, or maybe we have to go and go up against a board or go do whatever. So we're figuring it out. Every city's different. It's unique everywhere, I'm finding. So again, this is our first time, trying to disrupt the rideshare company. We haven't done this before. So just be patient with us. We want to open it. We want to make it as the best experience possible, but we also need to protect ourselves, our brand, and everything that we've invested in. So, Alex, can you please start licensing and permits for all of Texas? So again, I have DFW and I have, people out there that are helping us out. I know that he just sent me a bunch of stuff. Mr. Hayes sent me a bunch of stuff for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I don't know if that's going to cover the entire state. I'm sure that certain airports, because the Houston airport is different from the DFW airport, and there might be a few other airports because Texas is a big freaking state. So we can't just blanket permit everywhere. We got to figure out where we have teams of people, where we can start working with those people to open up those cities and then expand from there. Again, we have to pay lawyers by the hour and it ain't cheap. And if we just say, hey, go and open up everything in Texas, that could cost a lot of money. And then if we don't have anyone working those tiny cities in Texas, or maybe we have 3 people here, 9 people there, and 100 people in this big city, we just have to make sure we have a team before we start, going through all of that. We want to open up everywhere eventually, but we need to make sure that we do it in a methodical order. Let me plug in my laptop. Sorry, it's gonna shut down on me.
Alex, this is Milton.
What's up, Bill?
So what I was thinking about doing is, since Tulane University is in the zip codes that we have in New Orleans, is going to some of the local hangouts and putting up posters with my QR code and putting pictures of the Shrek Mobile saying, catch me on Revo Rides.
Nice. I like it. So, but that's what you got to do. If you can find a gimmick, or if you can find something that works for you and you can build your brand, that's what the kind of stuff you need. And as drivers, you need to set yourself apart from every other driver. Again, you have an opportunity to build your business within our business, and however you do, that's completely up to you. We create the track, you run your own race at your own pace. But if you want to sprint instead of jog, and you want to grow this thing fast and build your brand and get as many rides as possible, and if you get a whole bunch of people from Tulane University, some of those people, if you talk to them, are looking for a side hustle, or they need a way to pay for college. And if they can just tell all of their college friends or their fraternity or their sorority or whatever about the service, and then those people can start spreading it to everybody else, that's what we need. That's what we're looking for. So,
well, I did a price comparison from one of the bars called The Boot by Tulane to Canal Street in New Orleans, and Revo was $3 cheaper than Lyft.
Yeah.
So that's what
How
I've
much
been
was the
telling them,
total
it's
ride
cheaper.
though? What was
The
the
total ride
percentage?
was $14. I just did it as a rider.
Right.
That's what I looked
$14
at.
for Uber and $11 for
No.
us, or $14 for
No,
us and
$14 for
Uber?
Revo and $17 for Lyft.
That's still a pretty good savings. On average, the customers are going to save between 15 to 20%. So that's on the average. And you can let the customers know as you're talking to them, be like, hey, on average, customers are saving between 15 to 20%. So it's cheaper for you. It's better for me. Let's do this together. Sign up. It's free.
Yeah, and they enjoy riding with me. I mean, especially around Tulane, I picked up some people and like, finally, we got the Shrek Mobile.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
All right, who else we got on here? We got Deborah. What's going on in Chi-Town? You gonna help open up Chi-Town over there?
I certainly am. I'm sticking and staying.
So what? How many people do you have signed up for rideshare? And is it in your area of Chi-Town, or are you kind of going all of Chi-Town? Where are
Well,
you focused?
from listening to our concept of how we want to do some things right now. In answer to your first question, they're kind of scattered. But now I'll start concentrating on the University of Chicago area, which is a Hyde Park area. So I'm already a member of the chamber, so I'm going to work that heavily.
Hit it up. Nice.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for your leadership, Alex.
Always a pleasure. All right, and then who else we got? Casey. I know we've talked before. How you doing, buddy? Is it Reigert or Riegert? Reigert? I think it's Reigert. Maybe. Anyways, he's still. I don't know if he can hear me or not. But who else is trying to open up their city? I know I talked to Tim Hayes earlier today. He's opening up DFW. He sent me all that stuff, but I gave him praise. What's going on, buddy?
Well, the thing about I didn't know what to do. I'm not a driver, so this is kind of new to me. I've signed up about 125 drivers here in Dallas, and I didn't know really where to go to talk to them about getting it here at the airport and in the city. So today I just called the airport, and this is easy for now. I don't know if it's going to be this easy for you, but it was pretty easy for me. I did a couple of phone calls to the airport. I got to ground transportation, and the ground transportation lady was very nice. She said, well, you got to do this, bam, bam, bam. You got to get these forms filled out. And I said, and by the way, you say that I need to be licensed or at least connected with the city, and that information needs to be brought to you at the airport. And I said, do you have the contacts for the city? She said, all you got to do is either go to Fort Worth or Dallas. It didn't matter which city in my area. And here's the phone numbers for them. She said, I'll email all that stuff to you. So it was really easy. I don't know if it's going to be that easy for everybody. And then I forwarded that on to Alex, and Alex said he's forwarded it to his attorneys. So hopefully we're going to be able to open that up soon. I'm connecting with all my drivers, trying to get everybody on the same page, trying to find out who's going to build it, who just wants to drive. And once they start seeing the money on the other side of it, I think some of the drivers are going to come over to, hey, let's work this thing. So that's kind of where we are here in Dallas.
Nice. And then let me put my Calendly link in the chat. So if you want to open up your city, and if you want to start setting up some time with your drivers or your team, so we can start focusing on your specific city, set up some time with me, and then we can start moving that conversation along. So let me put that in the chat.
And I guess as far as the zip codes go, I guess for me, I'm going to talk to the drivers and say, what zip codes do y'all work out of the most? I guess that's the way to do it.
And ask who wants to be a fail-safe driver. Be like, look, we're building this thing and we need to have some people that we can call on. So do you want to be one of my fail-safe drivers? They don't get paid anything extra to be a fail-safe driver. This is just someone that really wants to help move the needle and be there and get the rides and start building their business. Again, if they're a fail-safe driver and no one accepts calls in the area and they're the ones that are constantly getting sent out, that's more opportunities for them to get favorited as a driver from one of the riders. So, but that's, and then we can start as we bring on new people. So, because there's going to be people that are going to join, and maybe they don't join with someone's referral link and they're just floating out there as a free individual.
Right.
Workers that are actually putting forth effort in those cities, and we want to reward those that are doing, good things. So.
Cool.
But thanks for your help today, Tim. We really appreciate it. Again, he didn't know anything that was going on. I didn't know anything that was going on. You just have to start calling and just call the airport. And that's probably a good place to start. Be like, hey, we're a new rideshare company. We want to open up and start doing rides at the airport. Help me out. Where do I got to go? And then just be like, do I need anything to bring you anything from the city? If so, who do I talk to? Where do I get that information? And they probably do this, more times or not, or at least have been trained on it so they can, hopefully get you the right information. But it just starts with a phone call. not everyone's you know, paralegal or knows what to do, but just, you know, if you're a leader, just start, you know, figuring it out. That's what we're all kind of doing. So anybody else have any questions or input or anything else?
Hey, Alex, Milton again.
What's up, Milton?
Is there anyone, because like I talked to Lisa today, and she was saying that there's someone over Louisiana or New Orleans, and I'm just trying to get in contact with them so we can, you know, touch base on some things.
Yeah, so that was a lady that spoke this weekend, and she's doing a lot of the trainings and stuff.
He's on the
Angel,
call.
what's that?
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I'm so rude.
No,
I'm
Medina,
from New York.
hey.
I'm from New York. That's my excuse. Yeah, Miss Juana's on the call right now if she want to speak.
Oh shoot, Miss Juana, get in here then. Man, I loved what you talked about this weekend. I am just elated with what you're working on and what you're bringing to Revo. That's amazing stuff. I'll give you the opportunity to speak.
Right here, you guys.
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, I don't even know who this other gentleman is, but nice to meet you too if you're in New Orleans.
That's me. I'm Milton.
Milton? Hey Milton, I'm Wanda.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all listen, I told Paul a long time ago that New Orleans was gonna be the catalyst for Revel going nationwide. So you with me,
Yeah.
Milton?
I'm with you. I want to get, you know, get together, kind of tell you some of my ideas of what I want to do. I do, you know, I've already, you know, putting the word out there this weekend. Like right now, I only do it on the weekends because I have a regular job, and I got people to sign up over the weekend, and I want to start putting stuff out at Tulane University.
Oh, I've
Because
been over
that's
at
gonna,
Tulane. Yeah, I hear
yeah.
you. That's
But I want to put like
fantastic.
stuff in the boot, in the palms, and the little grocery stores around there, and
Yep,
start getting them.
yep. All of that is fantastic. It's really good. Now, this is my first time on this call, so Alex, I'm not sure what else you wanted me to say or what.
So do you know if we recorded this weekend's call when you were talking and kind of telling us about your marketing engine program? Did they record that all? I recorded it and I posted it on my YouTube, so I can send that link out, but I didn't know if they had like a general recording.
You know what? I don't even know, but I mean,
Alex, it is
I
live.
didn't even
on
ask him, but
Vimeo.
it's fantastic if you put it up.
The recording, excuse me, I'm sorry. The recording is on the Vimeo page.
Okay, that's
The
what I
whole,
figured.
yeah, the whole event, so they can catch it there. Amazing
Yeah.
system.
I recorded just the marketing part. Let me see if I can find that and I can put it into the chat. But yeah, Juan, if you can kind of give like a brief, you know, 30,000 foot view of what you're building and what you're going to be able to, you know, help these people out with marketing. Because that's one of the biggest things with this call, the captain's call, is we want to tell each other what's working, what's not working. How can you market? How can you be better? What can we do to help each other out? And what you know, talked about on Sunday, I think is going to help everybody out. So if you want to just give a quick, you know, overview of that, and then, you know, I don't know if you have the link to sign up for the beta or whatever you got, but whatever you can share with us, that'd be fantastic.
All right, cool. So I built a system that is a way to nurture the people that your prospects, and it's really the system that I'm using that I'm making available to everybody. And I know that there's some other systems out there. What differentiates mine is that I'm not giving templates for you to put together. I've already put it all together. And then it's updated because, or I should say, well, it's updated as Revo evolves. So for example, the first videos I made were in January. Yeah, I mean, I was talking about the drivers were getting 90%, and you know, we were all gonna be working with Snap rides. Well, you know, none of that's in place anymore. So as I get more information as Revo evolves, I'm gonna keep everything updated. And then a big part of it is that I'm gonna be testing, I'm gonna be A/B testing. With the goal of it is so that we can have predictable results. In that, and I'm testing everything, you know, the headlines, the copy, the buttons. We're really testing everything so that we will know that that is a proven site, that it works when you get people there. And when I say proven, the goal is to say, for example, I'm just going to throw out some numbers, that you know that if you get 10 people to the site, 5 people opt in, and then 1 person will actually sign up with your link. And then that way you will know how many people you need to get to the site in order to reach whatever goals that you have. And so on there, we have I have a thing for drivers, for riders, and for reps. And you're going to be able to put your own link on there to go directly to sign up with you. And I'm writing the autoresponder. So when people register, you're going to have a back end where you're going to be able to see your leads, and you're going to be able to talk to them and whatnot. And then I'm going to nurture them, meaning that I'm writing emails that are automatically going to go out to them on your behalf. So in a nutshell, that's what it is. And we're going to kick off. You can pre-register now. The name of the system is My Done System, and you can access it at mydonesystem.com. And what I'm doing for everybody is the first 100 people that come, because it's really in beta test right now. But the first 100 people that come, or until we get out of beta, you're going to get a 14-day trial for free. Just go kick it around. And then after that, it's going to be $29.97. And then that's going to be until we come out of beta, which I don't think that's going to be too long. And then the price is going to increase. So giving people a chance to get in and get grandfathered in at a low price.
All right. What was that link one more time?
It's mydonesystem.com.
Hold on. I posted something, but someone was asking me if it's the right link. mydonesystem.com.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let me post that in the chat. There we go.
Yeah, thanks for putting that in there, Alex. Appreciate you.
No, we appreciate you, because I know I've been working with Jeremy, and we've been working with multiple people that's supposed to build us a funnel, and then build us a marketing this, and then, you know, go have all the follow-up. And then we had someone else that was gonna, so we had to pay all of these people hundreds and hundreds of dollars to build these little, and then we had to put it all together and figure out how to automate it and do it.
Exactly.
And then by the time we get it finished, it's like thousands of dollars later, and she's offering all of that for less than $30 a month, where it's all done. That's amazing.
Yep. And trust me, I know the pricing. All right. But I'm just really trying to do some stuff for us, for people to be able to get started, you know, without all of the hassles. And I know, because you know, I'm a marketer by trade. And so I know the hassles of putting all this stuff together. Okay. And so
I'm just glad
we're
you did
really
it.
trying to make it simple. But I can also suggest, you guys, if you're interested, go ahead and sign up, because the price is going to increase when we get it, you know, as soon as we get this first round of things situated.
Yeah. And then were we getting grandfathered? Like, if they sign up now, are they getting grandfathered for that price? Is that what
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, if you sign up now for the less than $30, and once we get out of beta testing, she may increase the price for brand new people. So you have an opportunity right now to get a full marketing engine. And then as it evolves and she starts, you know, tweaking some of those things, that's all part of it. So it's the beautiful thing, is you get a marketing engine in a box for those people that are like me and not the most savvy when it comes to online marketing. this does it all for you and you don't have to think about it. So
There you go.
thanks, Wanda. That's amazing.
Absolutely, guys.
If I may add something, Juan, is that
I
okay with
guess.
you? The importance for everybody using a system is that, you know, a lot of people coming into the business that they're excited, but then the part of actually having to talk to people is what scares them. So when you have a system, if you have a system, you don't really have to talk to people much. You become what I call a professional inviter. You just invite them to the website, to the system, and the system does the selling for you. So it explains everything that you didn't have to explain. That makes a lot of people that are coming in nervous. A lot of drivers I notice are coming in and they're like, "Oh, I gotta talk about it. I don't know how to do that." And, you know, they become for some reason intimidated. And when you have a marketing system, all you have to say is, "Hey, visit that website." That website takes them to a system, and you know the video explains it all. And then in marketing, people usually don't buy with the first exposure. So now they have emails coming out, being sent out to them, autoresponder, also selling them, you know, every 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, however you have it set up. So now they're getting exposed over and over and over, helping them make an informative decision whether they want to do this or not. So using a system is extremely important. I've been using one my whole network marketing career, and it makes a difference. You know, my goal is just always to get people to the site, see the information, then talk to me. So Wana's system, being that it's geared, you know, specifically for Revo, all you got to do is, instead of putting your link that takes them directly to your sign up page, and we don't really get information, it takes them to the system where they kind of get an idea of what we're all about. So it really helps. So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, and it's exactly true, because I only have so much. I love to talk and I love to tell people about everything Snap and everything Revo, but I'm only me and I can only talk to so many people directly. If I go and send this out to the masses with all of my Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and Alignable and all of these other things, you know, that is going to be able to sell for me, and then it's going to be able to tell everyone about the business. Because that's the biggest thing, is when you're brand new, especially, you may not know how to particularly articulate what we do in a cohesive fashion. I know when I first started learning all this stuff, I sounded like a bumbling idiot, and I've sort of refined myself a little bit better over the years. But, you know, that's the kind of the stuff that Wana's system is going to be able to help you out with, is you can now go market on a massive scale and then have a professional system to help with selling, help with the follow-up, and then help build your team. And then all you need to do is feed it the fuel to be able to go do that. So you might have to go and, you know, spend some marketing dollars and, you know, get it out there to the masses, but you have the actual vehicle. You just have to go drive the thing. So
Yes, that's it. Thank you,
thank
Angel.
you.
My name is Renee Tabor, and I had an opportunity to talk with Wana because I was referred to her by corporate, and she is fantastic. She said our company's having a conference down there, and she says I will have the drivers there, and she just went all out on all the things that she could do and help me out. So Milton, call her. Thank you.
Renee, call me.
Okay,
Okay.
I signed up already.
I got, oh, fantastic. I got everything situated with you. For
Okay,
you.
all
All
right.
right, cool.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.
Wanda, I sent you my phone number and my email address.
Oh, I can't get it on here if you put it in the chat.
I put it in a direct message.
Yep.
Oh,
and
yeah,
and Wana also put her information in the chat as well. So if you want to shoot her a
Okay.
text message, that way you guys can connect. I don't know if she's driving
Oh,
or
I
doesn't
was
have the
looking for
ability.
it.
Yeah,
But
y'all, I had to pick my sister up from the airport, so I'm driving right now.
right.
She was
But
driving.
hey,
to
hold on.
Texas.
I'm gonna stop right now and put this in here. Milton, I'm gonna put my my info in here.
Okay.
All right. Where is it?
right.
Jump to first tap here to, okay, I see it now. All right. And by the way, y'all, my name is Juana, like marijuana.
Nice. I love it.
I meant to say that on stage because everybody has my name spelled wrong. I was like, oh, doggone it, I forgot to say that. Because that's my thing that I've been saying forever and a day.
Not, hey, go with what people know. So, all right. So I know we got some other new people on here and we got about 10 minutes left. So does anyone have any additional questions or any additional, input? What's working, what's not working, or where you're at and that kind of stuff. So I see a couple of new people like Jaya Knighton. I don't think we've talked yet. Dee Dee Knighton, I'm guessing
I'm gonna
you
pull
guys
up
might be
later.
related, maybe, or just coincidentally have the same last name. Yeah, so
Hello?
if any of you guys, yep, we can hear you.
Hey, David Knighton here from Gainesville, Florida. Yeah, those are my two brothers on as well. So we're trying to do this. Really, I just wanted to know. I kind of wrote some notes down. Let me just get this really quick up. So if I'm looking to open the city, I need to go ahead and find out what I need for the state, the county, the city. Have about 10 fail-safe drivers. Also talk to the airport transportation. Um, 5 of those drivers should be captives, or at least have 5 captives in the area. Find out the zip codes that we're going to be operating in. And then the last thing I had was license.
Yeah, so the nice thing is you're in Florida and we're already doing business in Florida. So on the state level, we have everything covered. But just make sure we don't need anything in your particular city, in your particular county, or if there's a close airport that's not Fort Lauderdale or not West Palm, then you can reach out to them as well. But wherever you want to do business, we just have to make sure that we do it legally. So, but yeah, and if you and your brothers want to, work on Gainesville and you guys want to set up a call with me, my Calendly is in the chat, and let's figure out what we need to do to open up Gainesville.
All right. I got that. I got your information. I already saved that. So I'll be reaching out to you.
All right, appreciate it, man. I look forward to it.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else?
I have a question.
What's up, Renee?
What do we have going on in New Orleans as far as the working with that airport there, the Louis Armstrong Airport? Do we have?
You said in New Orleans?
Yeah, are we in conversation with them?
So I have not been handling New Orleans. I don't know. Juana, do you know if we've already contacted the airport at all?
She probably.
I have the contact info for the manager, but I haven't talked to him yet. I'm just really trying to get us up and running so that when I have a conversation, it's not hey, we're coming. I want to say, hey, we're here. So just in that sense, I've just waited for a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So, but yeah, I mean, in order to do, most airports are going to require some extra licensing and stuff. So if you have the time or the availability or the know-how to be able to go to the airport and get the documents, I mean, that's fantastic. And this is anybody on this call for your own particular city. So, but that's the kind of, help that would be helpful. I guess helpful, it's helpful. But yeah, to really help us, open up the city, because we have, a very limited staff. We have a ton of cities that want to open, and we're just trying to make it as easy as possible and streamlined for corporate and the legal teams to get everything done. But if you guys can help us get, 90 yards down and we can just, get it into the end zone, that's helpful. So we just got to move that ball.
I have a question, Alex.
Yep.
With Don, is what's going on with our licensing? I gave you all the information. I know you sent it off to Paul. He took it to the attorneys. Is the application done for Tucson and Phoenix Mesa?
So I know that the attorneys have Vegas, they have Tucson. We send them all of the airport stuff for DFW, and then also the DFW city, and then also Phoenix Airport. And then I'm also working on a few other different cities. So yes, they all have it. I just don't know where they're at, because they got all of the packages on Thursday when you sent it to us. It was Wednesday or Thursday of last week. But then we had the
last
big,
week I think I sent it Wednesday.
yeah, and then we had the big conference this weekend. So they are working on all of that stuff. I don't know how long it takes them to fill it out and then send it all in. Again, I'm not in control of all of that. We have that team that does that. But I'm going to have a call with Paul on Thursday where we can kind of discuss where we're at, what we need to do, and how we need to push things to get things open. But I'm pushing to get Arizona opened up as soon as possible. Same thing with Vegas, and then anywhere else. So I know like New York, where Medina's at, it's also a pain. So there's certain cities that are going to be a little bit more frustrating to get into than others. And we just have to try to get it done as quickly as possible. But they are working on it, and I'll follow up with Paul and hopefully hear something by tomorrow or Thursday of where we're at and what we need to do.
Is Tucson a little bit easier on their rules and regulations, or
Compared to Vegas, yes. Compared to DFW, it's a little bit more intense than DFW. So there's certain cities that are easier because with Tucson, we need to have like an office and we need to have an LLC and we need to do all of these things and have, so those are the things we have to figure out. Like some cities, we just need to fill out paperwork. Like Vegas, we need to have a physical office in Vegas that, we can use. So we're working with some of our reps and stuff out there that maybe we can use an office in the meantime. But yeah, there's certain cities that need a lot more requirements, and Tucson seems to be kind of a pain. So which I don't understand why. Phoenix, not so much, but Tucson requires a bunch of stuff. So
I have the attention of a YouTuber in the Arizona area. I forget which city he's in for sure. He is wanting to talk to a driver.
you could give him my number.
That would be good. I've got Rodney, who's also interested in talking to him. So I'm trying to figure out a date, and if maybe we can get a conference call with a couple different drivers or something. He's got questions he wants to ask.
For active drivers that are doing rides today, or
he wants to talk to Revo drivers about their experience with it.
Okay.
You can take my number. I can give it to you now. You have a pen?
Go ahead and throw it in the chat and I'll grab it. If that's okay.
Yeah. So, but does he want to talk to a driver that has done rides in, like, say, Miami or NOLA? Because people people like Milton, if he's doing rides down there, or
Right.
Juana, and she has some people that are actually doing rides, and that's what he wants to talk to. Then
he wants to ask questions to drivers, their experience using the app, working for the company, that sort of thing.
Sure.
I don't know what his questions are, but I just sent him some screenshots because when I was there in the Jupiter conference, I was working with Rodney. We troubleshot the app a little bit. I got screenshots of Uber, Lyft, Revo, prices, stuff like that. So I've sent him all that stuff and set up an appointment with him.
This is Milton. I do a themed ride share, Shrek.
Yeah, that's
I play
awesome.
the movie.
Yeah,
I mean, if he wants
I'm
to
a
see something
professional
about
Santa,
that,
so I love that.
We got a Santa and a Shrek in the room.
That's right.
my vehicle has.
Storytimesanta.com.
I'm on TikTok with it too at nolashrek.com.
Awesome.
I do reaction videos.
That might be good for some YouTube sensation. So, but yeah, if he wants to get a hold of some drivers that are actually working and doing rides today, then we can definitely. And then I know Ellen, she's offering her services in Tucson. We're not open in Tucson yet, but she's still kind of working with us to open some stuff. So just kind of
I'm
figure
going
out
to start taking some cash rides in a minute.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to see if we can maybe get some beta stuff going. Because I was on part of the beta team, so I did a lot of beta rides and stuff like that. Same thing with Lon, same thing with Rodney and a few of the other people on this call. Those are my captains. So I have my captains. You guys should all find your captains as well, and then that way we can all work together. I've been working with Lon and Medina and a lot of these people, Deborah, since the beginning. So we have years of working together. Caesar, we've been working together for a while, Connie, and some of these other people. So we really want to kind of build that camaraderie with each other and really have that leadership group. So I appreciate all of you guys being here for sure. So
quick question, Alex. What if you can, I don't know if you can expose that right now, but what places are close to opening or almost ready to open? Where's their movement basically?
So we have movement in Phoenix. We have movement in Tucson, which is also Arizona. We have Rodney is getting ready to open up the Nashville area. I don't know if we need to do any paperwork and stuff. I know I talked to Lon and then June and some other of the folks in Tampa. We had some paperwork and some stuff we got to do there. But places where we have people ready to go. I know we have DFW. I just talked to Tim today, and we're going to start putting things together. So I mean, we have probably, 5 or 6 different cities that are at least in the batter's box, and we're starting to move things forward. And then I'm just starting conversations with a few other people, and then hopefully some of the people that joined from the TNT call tonight, we could have conversations with you guys, so that way we can start figuring out what we need to do to open your city up. So
Okay,
but
I have a group in Detroit, and I know there's besides my group, I heard that there's another group making noise in Detroit. This was from Paul himself. So I brought in a guy who has like a huge connection to the Islamic community, and so yeah, so he has a whole mosque ready to go. And what I need is a webinar set up with a few of his people, kind of to get things ready to go. This is how Paul set it up. Like have a webinar, invite some of his people, and go from there. So I do have some people ready to go in Detroit, and it's growing quickly. And again, it's a huge Islamic community, and where they all go to the same mosque and everything. So there's a lot of people ready to go.
all right, well, let's get an initial call going. So if you have a core group of people out in Detroit, and I know just Renee, I think just threw out in the chat that that's her hometown. I don't know if she's still there, but she said that's her hometown. So
We'd love to work with her.
What's that?
We'd love to work with her. Whoever's in Detroit, call your boy Medina. Let's get it going.
Yeah, and then let's set up some time and let's get those those people that are in Detroit, let's get them all on a call. Those will be our captains group, and we can build the city around them. So that's what we need to do. If you want to start your city, we got to start a captains group, bring your own leadership team. You don't want to try to open up a city all by yourself. It's hard. It's a lot of work. So build a team, get your captains. That's how you maximize the pay plan anyways. Go get your drivers, find entrepreneurial drivers. I mean, if you just say, hey, drive for us, and they just download the app, it's free. That's different than telling them about what we're doing for the industry, how we're going to change it, how they can get involved, and then how we can hopefully get it to a point where they're earning enough residuals that they don't have to drive anymore, and get them excited about that so we can use our drivers to help build our rider community as well. So
Hi, Alex. This is Gary from Tampa. I just have a quick question for you. Can you hear me?
yeah, what's up, man?
How you doing? I've been working with June and Lon right here in Tampa and also in Orlando. And one question that I got from a lot of drivers is they trying to call to support in Spanish because a lot of them don't speak English. And they just asked me when they gonna get support for Spanish speaking drivers.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Lon earlier today. And then again, I'm here in Arizona, and we are neighbors with Mexico, and we have a lot of Spanish speaking people here as well. And I have the same thing in California, and a lot of the the border states and stuff like that. So we are working on it. I have a call with Paul on Thursday, and I'm going to bring that up to his attention as well. That if we can find someone within the company that can be Spanish speaking support, hopefully someone that knows enough about Revo already. I mean, we can train someone brand new, but it'd be nice if we had someone that already kind of is ingrained in our culture and our the way we do things, and is already knowledgeable to be able to be that support. So we have a great support team, but yes, they're not bilingual, and that would help. So I'll talk to Paul about it, and hopefully we can get someone soon.
Yeah, I have also a team in Orlando that's ready to go. They also spoke to Paul. And same thing came up, Spanish speaking. I offer the services of my wife. She speaks Spanish. She's with the company. She's been with the company since the beginning of Snap Delivered to now. So she knows everything Revo. So if they're willing, she speaks Spanish. I speak Spanglish, so I can't do it. But she speaks, yeah. So somebody's laughing. But yeah, so you have somebody right here. She knows the whole company from Set Seed to Revo to Snap Partners. to everything. So I don't know what we could do with that, but she can go.
Okay. Well, I guess we have a resource. So we just need and eventually I want to find a Spanish speaking person that can do some of these trainings and seminars just like I do, but just in Spanish. And then I know Connie just threw out there if we knew anyone that was Arabic. I don't know if anyone in this group is either speaks Arabic or knows someone that's Arabic, but I know she's working with a large Arabic group out in, was it San Francisco? Yeah, so San Francisco. So, I mean, again, that's what these leadership calls are for. We can help each other to try to grow this thing. So, if you know of anybody, get a hold of Connie. And then, did everyone join the WhatsApp group? I have the WhatsApp chat, which I posted into the chat. Join up with that, and then that way we can answer questions outside of Tuesdays and stuff like that. I want to make sure that we, keep things rolling, not just on a weekly basis, one day a week, but constantly. So.
Hey, Alex, it's Dan. So if anybody in this captain's group needs help with sending their zip codes in their area, it only took me a few hours to kind of research all of our zip codes in their area. And we've got more than I expected and everything. But I was able to target in that spreadsheet that I sent to Alex some key areas that we have for like the casinos and some other points of interest for some of the arenas that we have here in Las Vegas. So I know that's going to help us here in Vegas when we're ready to go to open those particular key areas, to make sure we have drivers in those areas.
Yeah. And again, I don't know, was there a certain site that you used that helped you get that? Did you just Google it, or how did you find all your information?
So I started with just doing a Google search with getting all zip codes in Las Vegas, but there was through USPS.com, there was another link that basically showed all the zip codes and what areas of the city or of the valley that they were in. So that included Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and Henderson, which are all part of the Las Vegas Valley. And then what was cool about it is that it also had areas within Clark County. And when we're ready to open outside of that, it also showed where other zip codes were in other places in other counties in Nevada. And then I found the two maps because one of the realtors had done a map, a heat map of the different areas. So I got that one, and I don't remember what the other one I sent you, Alex, but that was also a cool search. So resources are out there. Google's your best friend for searching for that type of stuff.
Yep. All right, guys, we are already past the hour, so I don't want to, keep going. So, but this was a fantastic call. We got a lot more people that joined, on a captain's level, and I think we got a lot of new stuff that we can all work on. Juana brought, the marketing stuff. We're kind of setting the groundwork for what we need to do to open up cities. And then as I talk to Paul and stuff on Thursday and get some more information, we'll keep posting that in the WhatsApp group. We'll do it again on next Tuesday. Someone was asking in the chat if we do this only on Tuesdays. So we do this call on Tuesdays, which was just our Arizona and Vegas. It originally started off as our Vegas team, and then we added Arizona. And then now I know we're adding some more people. And I just want to kind of make it a captain's club, because I think if we have more like-minded individuals together, we can help each other out, even if we're not in the same state. But then I know that Rodney does his call on Wednesdays, which is 5 p.m. my time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central. So we may combine those, or we may just keep two calls so that way we can, have people join depending on where they're at. So you guys, maybe I'll put it up for a vote. I'll send out an email to everybody. Everyone on this call, make sure to send me an email so I have your information. And then that way I can get you added to all of the groups and all of this stuff. So I'll give everyone a minute to do that before we sign off. So I have a recruit that is a Spanish speaker, and I've been using Translate to text back and forth. He's in Florida, Jupiter area, somewhere there. And I know we have some new translation apps and AI and stuff, which is making it easier. So hopefully, hopefully we'll get it figured out and get more languages. So, but we get it. We're gonna get it figured out, but let's just keep pushing, keep growing. If you have any questions, reach out to me directly. Join the WhatsApp group, and then let's all just work together to make this the best rideshare company out there. So appreciate everyone's time. Staying late on a Tuesday for some of you guys on the East Coast. It is well past 10 o'clock, so or 11 o'clock now. So, but we appreciate it, guys. And then we'll Alex@revoride.com is my email address. So appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
Night.
Thank you.
Night.